People have asked me, Harley, you do a lot of reviews on bikes. What do you think is the best bike for 2013? Now, I'm not paid by a Giant or anyone. I actually don't even own a Giant. Steer you in the right direction. Check this out.
Hi, my name is John Swanson. I'm the Global Category Manager for the on-road bikes here at Giant. What we're going to talk about today are a couple of different things. One, we're going to talk about the control that we have in the manufacturing process. We're the only major manufacturer in the world who has control over their product from conception all the way through every level of engineering, prototyping, testing, and manufacturing, all the way to delivery to your door. The other thing we're going to talk about are some of the tests that we do. We have 3 tests we're going to go over today. One is a measurement, the other one is about torsional stiffness, the other one is about bottom bracket stiffness. What all of these tests are, I'm going to show you all the results in detail in this testing. Aside from some of the proprietary methods that we're using, like using the fork versus a steel bar, is that on everybody else's testing numbers, we're not included. Giant bikes are not there. The reason why is because the Giant bikes are superior. And the other guys' marketing departments can't figure a way around paint and graphics and all the relevant fits, meaning derailleur hangers, water bottle bolts, cable guides. We took all of those together and we added in 250 grams for a seat post in the case of a bike that's not an ISP like the TCR Advanced SL. By doing that, it levels the playing field. The first set of data we're going to look at is the weight data. As an uncut ISP and an uncut fork, it comes in at 13. That's 1,000 grams heavier for a frame, fork, and seat post. That's insane. So obviously weight is a key component when we're talking about any performance level product, but it is by far the least important when you're talking about a performance level road bike. Stiffer is always better. You can have the lightest bike in the world, but if it rides like a blob of jello, it doesn't make any difference at all. What you want are key performance characteristics, one in torsional stiffness, one in bottom bracket stiffness. Your torsional stiffness, those are your steering inputs. When you're railing through a corner at 50 miles an hour, you want to make sure that your front wheel and your rear wheel go follow the same line, or else you've got big problems. Your bottom bracket stiffness is all about your pedaling efficiency. So we lock the back end of the bike into a steel fixture so it cannot move. We also use the proprietary manufacturer supplied fork when we do this test. We measure the deflection at the end of the fork in Newton meters. Now this test is going to differ from some of the other testing methodology that you'll see in the cycling industry. The main difference is the fact that we use the manufacturer supplied fork versus using a steel bar that some of the other manufacturers will use. The main problem is proprietary fork. By using the fork, it's all about confidence-inspiring handling when you're ripping through the fastest corner you can possibly think of. So the next set of data we're going to look at here are the torsional stiffness results. As you can see from the chart, the Advanced SL ISP bike absolutely crushes it. But there are 2 other things I really want you to look at. One is the difference between an Advanced SL ISP bike and an Advanced SL C-Post bike. Both these bikes come out of the same molds, they use the same construction techniques, they use the same carbon fiber content, and they have the same purpose and focus. But as you can see, by integrating the ISP into the entire structure, you gain a tremendous amount in terms of torsional stiffness, all the way through from conception, all the way through to delivery. Nobody else can do that. We then put in a steel fixture which simulates crank load. The crank arm is set down at a 45-degree angle, which is the highest point of power in any given pedal stroke. We apply pressure to the end of that crank arm, which then shows us the deflection in the bottom bracket, which we within a given bike. So here are the bottom bracket stiffness results. And one of the first things you'll notice is that we're not number 1, we're actually number 2. And we're okay with that. The reason why we're okay with that is that there's a certain point in which it doesn't matter in this chart and the results that we have here. That top 5 is beyond the normal limits of a typical rider. Anybody who could buy this bike won't flex the bike any more than what's shown. We talked about testing methodology, the weight chart.
Giants raising the bar again, pedaling stiffness, cornering stiffness, and weight. The 3 most important things for a road bicycle. I think it's fantastic that Giants using social media to push this message out there, because it's going to get other manufacturers all stirred up. Can you keep up, or are you going to get dropped? Now that's the question. It's going to be good to see what other manufacturers do now after 2013, how Giants just smashed the competition to pieces, and it's just going to be, you know, all the jigsaw is going to have to be reformed. It's crazy how there's in cycling it's so much on fashion versus function. But I think what Giants do now is they're promoting the fucking oath I would. If I was in the market, if I had to buy a new bike today, I'd definitely grab a TCR Advanced SL. I'd go the ISP as well. That's my personal preference based on the data.